What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games. I'm coming at you with another cool video, and we're back in Planet Coaster in Time City. So again, if you want to watch this stuff live, be sure to check out the Twitch channel, and you can actually watch these episodes live. And if you don't want to watch them live and in real time, be sure to just keep watching them here on YouTube for the condensed time-lapse version. So in this episode, we're going to be working a little bit more on the main street and, of course, the station of the monorail. So very cool stuff going on here, and a lot of cool stuff actually, because we actually get a little bit into the theming of the monorail station. We still have a lot more to do on the monorail station. It's not complete just yet, but my goal is to, for like every episode, to like build a new Main Street building and work more on the monorail station until we get into the next section. So hopefully won't be too much longer. We should have like a couple buildings left. I might even build a couple more buildings in one episode, but we'll see how all that turns out. But as of right now, this is how it's going to turn out at the moment. So this building is going to be a Street Fox Coffee kind of building. Again, Main Street. I'm just going to have some random different kind of shops throughout the Main Street and everything like that. I still need to add like a restroom and stuff too. I did actually just thought of that. But we still have plenty of space on this Main Street, and I'm still trying to finalize what's going to be at the end of each side of the Main Street, because those are just going to be technically like dead ends at the moment, and unless I figure something else out. But those will be nice, and again, a lot of details going on within these buildings as well. This building in particular, I wanted to make a different kind of shape and kind of like and kind of different from the other ones as best as I could. That way they kind of look a little different on each one. Of course, I'm using a lot of the same textures, but it's going to be a little bit different. I used a wooden wall to start this one off, just because so it'd be just a little bit different than the other walls that I've used in the past, and it's going to be a nice little building as well again. So there's just so much to do in so little time, because I did realize, like, oh my gosh, I literally only have like literally only have a year to go on this park. I know that sounds like a long time, but I figured out, like, I haven't even gotten full 10 episodes in on this series just yet, and we haven't even gotten to the first section of the park. Like, my goodness. And for a while I was like, we have a good start and everything, but I'm not sure now. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit worried. I know I have a lot of time, but man, you know, being on a new ride on my job and everything, who knows how much less time I'm going to have to be able to actually work on this park. That's the one thing I'm kind of scared for, but again, we'll find out. We'll find out in just about a week or so, actually. So that's going to be an interesting thing that's going to pop up at the moment, because we still don't know how long this is going to take. So hopefully, again, my deadline is around March of next year. That's my goal of when to get this park done, and that means that's over a full year of getting this park done. Like, you know, I think we're good, but you know, there's just that little bit of worry in me because I'm going to be working throughout the year, and hopefully I'll be able to live stream very often, and this is going to be the main project that we're working on, so it's going to be quite a few episodes of this more than anything else on the channel. So that's the one thing I'm going to be excited for, but we'll see how it all actually unfolds and turns out. So, but anyways, again, we do a lot. Of course, we do work on this building quite a bit. We detail it up for the most part. I'm always going to be coming back to these buildings as well to kind of touch them up as well, but because they're not fully done. There's still more to them than what we've done so far. So there's going to be more to them, and especially like the back sections of the buildings, the back sections that are going to be visible to guests. Those are the ones that we're going to have to really try and figure out what we're going to do there. So still a lot to do on the main street. We still have a lot to do in like the parking lot even. I even go back and work just a tad bit on the parking lot. Not really. Like, I place some bushes and stuff and work on the theming element over by the bus drop-off. But I still need to make the bus drop-off as well. That's another thing I need to really kind of work on and stuff at the same time. So, but things are still going well, and even though revenue on YouTube has gone down recently, which kind of sucks at the same time, I'm gonna try and keep the uploads coming. And again, I don't really do like all the revenue from these videos and stuff always go to helping improve the channel, you know, like new equipment and new games and stuff like that. That's where all the revenue goes to. And yeah, so if you want to really fully support me, be sure to watch me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch, and you know, give me some bits on Twitch as well if you want to support the channel. If you don't want to support the channel, that's fine with me. Just watching the videos supports it as well. It's a different form of support, but it definitely supports me at the same time. You know, those views do actually support me quite a bit, especially when you're on the YouTube side of things. But anyways, we're over here in the monorail station, and it turned out quite nicely. We're still far from done completing this, so I wanted to experiment a lot with like glass sections and stuff like that as well. So I think it turned out really nicely, and I'm really starting to get a little bit more building experience from all this too. Like, I'm very excited of how all this is turning out, and I hope you guys are too, because there's just so much to do. Like, it's just absolutely nuts of how much there's going to be in this park. And for those that don't have great computers, you might want to second guess yourself if you want. You might second guess if you want to actually download this park. I mean, if you're hardcore and really want to, you know, that's up to you. But this park is going to be so detailed. I mean, I'm still getting about 60 frames a second or more still, even though I've already gotten the park started. I mean, there's not much in the park yet, so that's very explainable. Of course, I have an i9 processor as well. Not everyone's going to be able to have that, so luxury as I do. But I just want to create the best park possible. That's the idea behind it, you know. A lot of people might get upset, you know, oh, you don't keep the people with low-end PCs in mind. You know, I can, but at the same time, you know, I just want a highly detailed park of my own, you know, and this is going to be that park, you know. And I might in the future make some smaller parks, still going to be detailed, but maybe some smaller parks to help out with that. So on like lower ends, because I do need some smaller parks for the JLW Entertainment chain as well, the ones that aren't as huge. And I think Arrow Valley actually might be one of those, because Arrow Valley actually is not that big of a park, and it's actually one of those smaller parks that might expand over time. I'd go as far as saying that Westwood was actually definitely a bigger park than Arrow Valley, attractions wise, because Arrow Valley doesn't have a lot of attractions, and especially like flat rides. A lot of you have definitely noted that it doesn't have a lot of flat rides, and I know this, and just wait. You know, that's all I can say. Just wait. It's got plenty of room for expansion, and it's going to expand over the years. So, anyways, going back to the monorail station, this was like the first set of theming that we really kind of do in the station, and it's going to be these awesome gears above the monorail itself. These are going to be triggered when it's all said and done, of course. There's a lot of theming elements that are going to go into this, and this is just one of the first part of the theming elements in the monorail station. So there's going to be these gears above, and a lot of randomized gears just around that as well, as you'll see in the next coming minutes, that these gears turn out very, very cool, and I'm very excited to see them all in action. And I was like, even like going as far as details, trying to put like individual bolts in some of these arch shapes as well. I even wanted to add like bolts to these, if that makes sense. So of course you can't go wrong with using the pipe from the snowman as your individual bolts. It's a really good piece, because it's one of the small pieces that you're able to use. And I had a lot of issues trying to get this to work at first, so it was kind of a issue that I ran into, but we figured it out in the long run, and it worked, and we just copied it and used it for the entire for each gear. So, and then there's going to be gears that, you know, are setting up higher than this and lower than this and different things like that. They're going to be different colors in the end, but at the beginning, we just kind of get the feel for it and get the shapes in there, and then we go back and recolor everything. So just so you guys know, those do get recolored, and this is taking a lot of inspiration. Sorry, I just hit my microphone down for some reason. Whoops. But anyways, this is taking a lot of inspiration from Time Traveler at Silver Dollar City. This station anyways, with the gears and everything, the way it's being decorated, taken a lot of inspiration from Time Traveler at Silver City. Like, you'll see what I mean. Like, I'm not going to say what Time Traveler Station is going to have because I already know, but it's going to be really cool, and this is a little bit inspired by that. But again, I don't want to get in trouble for revealing what is going to be in the station, but it's really, really cool. And I'm just gonna put that out there that this is going to be inspired by that. Really, really neat stuff. Like, no joke. This is really cool stuff that I'm very excited about. Again, this whole park was a lot inspired by is a little bit of inspiration from Disney World mixed with Time Traveler mixed with Universal, and it's gonna be one of those kind of big parks that's really cool themes. So, but you'll find out and see everything it has to offer in just the coming year. So there's a lot. I can't wait for this park to really get shown off and moved up in the world. This is one of those parks that I hope that like the developers themselves go, wow. That's the idea. That's the hopes. Anyways, I have so much more to detail, and I know it's not wowing. I mean, it can wow you, but it's not to the point where you're going to be saying, wow, that's one of the best creations I've ever seen in Planet Coaster. It's not to that point yet, but that's my goal of where it's going to be. You're going to look at it and go, wow, that looks real. I didn't know you could do that in Planet Coaster, kind of thing. That's going to be kind of the goal and the idea and feel that we're going to be going for in this park. And, I think I've said it before, I wanted to make it look like real life, not Planet Coaster. And for that to happen, that's going to be an interesting thing as well. So the future of this park does look very bright, and it's going to be incredible. And I hope you guys stay along for the ride, because you're not going to want to miss an episode of this park. Like, once we get into that first section, like, everything you thought was how this park was going to turn out is going to change, because it's going to be a completely new area with different theming, and just everything's different in general. So this is me going through, and we're actually going by and kind of recoloring some of these to make it look a little more randomized. And that's the idea with this section of this. We're doing some like copper gears, we're doing some gold, we're doing some silver, and those are the three colors I mainly wanted to do. And you look underneath it, it looks absolutely fantastic and looks very, very neat. Like, I'm very, very proud of how this turned out. And then of course I had to put some beam supports to support the extra gears that were thrown into this as well, to help randomize it and just look a whole lot cooler and better. So there's still so much detail that's going into the station that we haven't even done yet, so just keep that in mind. A big question that I did get is, are you going to be doing the same station for each section of the park? And the answer to that is probably going to be no. Each station's probably going to look different based on the theme of the area that you're in. So it's going to be kind of like that. Like, so when we get to the prehistoric stuff, it's going to be kind of themed more on that side, that end, and everything. Like, you're still going to feel like you're in a time machine, but you felt like you landed, somewhere completely different in time, of course. And it's going to have that kind of interesting feel and amazingness to it. I'm very excited of what you guys are going to think about this park when it is getting closer to completion, of course, in the next coming year. And I'm glad I got the little bit of a head start on it that I did, because I started this park back all the way in January, about mid-January, I think. And here we are in March already, the third month, and we still haven't even done 10 episodes of this. That's one thing I'm kind of shocked by. I'm like, man, I haven't even done a full 10 episodes on this at all. And you're going to see this pick up quite more, especially after I get like Arrow Valley stuff done and, all the next cinematic videos done. You're going to be seeing a lot of this. And that's one thing that, because I'm still like doing stuff with like Arrow Valley and getting its cinematic video ready. I'm working on Westwood still. I'm still working on its 2018 stuff, and just general stuff like that. Just kind of takes up some time as well, and attention to detail. And if you haven't noticed, we have been working on Westwood again, and just kind of finalizing it, making it look fantastic as well. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We'll get all the 2018 stuff done, including Era Valley. Era Valley is ready to go. All the POVs have been recorded. I just need to, again, do some more I need to do more, like, off-ride stuff and more cinematic shots. I got all the POVs that I wanted for that, and I'll be putting that video together very, very soon. And I've actually been working on it quite a bit lately, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I also still have to record the park tour, which also takes some time, and that's going to be interesting. And then, of course, we're also going to have some Westwood videos coming out as well, with Canyon Runners opening, and then a 2018 video from Tony McCoaster as well. We're going to be doing a lot of Tony McCoaster here pretty soon as well. I hope you guys are excited about that. But this monorail is going to be most likely indoors throughout going to the sections of the park. That way I can really have some cool effects going through the tunnels and everything. There's going to be, we'll see how it all turns out, but you're going to be looking like you're, my idea is that you're going to be looking like you're going through time and space. So it's going to be cool, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that, because this station hopefully will be finishing up in the next few episodes. And we actually started a little bit on the track for the monorail. Not a whole lot, but just a couple of pieces to get that started. And this is where the section where I actually go back into the parking lot just a little bit and adding a little bit. I'm working on this off and on as well. This is the little station, not station, but the little nice little theming pieces that I'm putting throughout this bus drop-off area, just for an extra layer of theming and detail for that section. But that's about do it for that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this from JLW Games. Again, if you want to watch it live, be sure to go follow me on Twitch and Facebook and Twitter as well, because I also comment when I go live on those. But anyways, thank you guys so much, and make sure you have a great day and even cooler tomorrow, and I will catch you guys all in the next episode. Thanks so much. And of course, goodbye.